begin in this point with you, Jamil. The idea of Xi fearing irritating Trump, is that anywhere in his priority list?
Well, I'm not sure if it's in his priority list, but what's interesting is exactly Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, just said, that President Xi's going to make the decision. Xu Chao, the CEO of TikTok, doesn't matter. This is the proof that TikTok isn't controlled by ByteDance, the company. It's really a Chinese government asset designed to collect information on Americans, designed to send messages to American audiences from the Chinese Communist Party. So Kevin O'Leary, he's right. And frankly, if Xu Chao signs the deal, great. Let it be sold to an American company. Let it be sold to Kevin O'Leary and Frank McCourt. And let's get it out of the Chinese Communist Party's hands and let American content creators rule.
Well, let me play the role of the average TikTok user here who would say, I'm using it to what? To do dances, to look at content that is what I'm interested in, whether it's food prep or looking at the way people do stuff, ASMR, whatever it might be. I'm not looking at it to get actual hard news and content. So why should the average person who uses it believe the way that Congress has suggested? This is a national security. They're going to manipulate information in order to give you and shape the content on the platform.
Two big problems, right? One, they can collect a tremendous amount of data on 175 million Americans. Everything on your phone, all your contacts, all your calendar information, all that stuff. Plus,
because the app is installed, therefore they have access to everything.
And you consent to all these things. In addition, even when you don't consent to being able to turn on the microphone, we know that TikTok can turn on microphones remotely without even though you've said no, right? But then you add on top of that this messaging piece, right? Think about what China can do if it controls the messages that are coming to you through TikTok. We don't see a lot of content about Tiananmen Square. We don't see a lot of content about Tibet. We saw them push that narrative about Osama bin Laden's letter to America being right after October 7th. So we know the Chinese Communist Party uses TikTok to message to American audiences. In fact, when the ban was passed in Congress, TikTok sent a message to all 175 million American users, call Congress, try to stop the ban. They're literally lobbying on this platform. And that's part of the problem. I
spoke to a content creator just yesterday, and here's what he thinks about this idea of national security concerns. Listen.
If it was truly a national security concern, let's face it, President Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris, and Donald Trump would not be actively campaigning on that app. This is predominantly the federal government wanting to control the narrative. And if they can't control the narrative, they're just simply going to shut it down.
What do you think?
Well, look, I respect his view, but the reality is a 9-0 majority in the Supreme Court decided he was wrong, a 3-0 majority on the D.C. Circuit, and over nearly 400 members of Congress. One of the most bipartisan, nearly unanimous decisions across both the House and the Senate. So, look, I get his position. I understand the perspective. But at the end of the day, the truth is what Kevin O'Leary said, right?
Well, Trump it's okay. Finish your point.
No, the Chinese government is deciding who buys and who sells it because it's a Chinese state asset at the end of the day.
Trump has some discretion here, though. He could simply say that it has been divested. He's got a lot of discretion over whether that's actually accomplished or not. He has the sole discretion. So he could conceivably suggest, oh, I looked at it. It's a divestiture. It's back online. We'll see.
You're right. He could.